what I wanted to say is quickly pertaining to what you said regarding to like us being African, regardless of what we want to say. I feel like the word black has caused so much confusion. Like it's to the point where I'm basically about to stop using it. For real. Because it's like when you say black, people act as if it's this whole nother ethnicity, and I need you to understand that I'm referring to Africa.
When I say I'm black,
let me finish. So I don't want to get too deep into the semantics of black. What I was really saying though is with me, for example, like I'm African. I don't know where, and I don't need any continental African to approve that for me. I don't need you to, like you said, it's my culture, you can preserve it. Nah, it might be my culture. I could be very well be from Senegal, and you wouldn't know, and I wouldn't know. So you can't just be like, oh, it's my culture, you can't have it. It's not yours to take from me, because I have just as much right as you. And I feel like that's the point I'm at with it. And if anybody knows me, they know how much I am about my culture, how much pride I take in being African. You feel me? And you know, if you know me, I have one dashiki in my wardrobe. I don't be walking around trying to flex and like this. I really go in and I be in my room and I be buying the books and I be doing my research. I be doing my knowledge. I be teaching myself languages of parts of places that I find out that is closer to my country. Like I'm Jamaican and we have a lot of roots in Ghana, and especially particularly with the Ashanti tribe. I be getting into that. I be getting into my books. I don't be having to go and be like, yeah, let me get this dashiki. I got one dashiki and I got it when I came to college. Somebody get it.
It's different from you, people like you.
But then how do you
decipher?
How do you know when to protect the culture? You could tell the difference. Just like that. Let me tell you, it's different. You could tell from real from fake. Like you could distinguish the difference. It's the same thing. You could tell when someone genuinely wants to learn and know about something than when someone is faking to be something. Like that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like she genuinely wants to learn about the culture. She's not mimicking and mocking the culture. There's a huge difference. That's like how we get offended when white people do certain things that pertain to black culture.
That's absolutely
we get mad.
White people aren't just hold on.
I'm saying this because I know I traveled before, and there are white people who go to different countries and they genuinely there's a whole section of Japanese people in Senegal who they speak Wolof, which is a native language, better than I could. They dance with the music, they eat the food, they cook it and everything. That's it's genuine. Like they actually want to learn about the culture. That's what I mean with people who take the culture and try to make it their own, than people who genuinely just want to learn and acknowledge their roots. There's a whole difference.
The difference with that is, what I'm trying to get to you is I'm not just trying to learn your culture, I'm trying to learn my culture. With them, they're trying to learn your culture. That's not something that's for them. You feel me? I feel like I have the right. Hold on, let me finish.
Hold on. Because then you're kind of contradicting yourself, because you just said, but who are you to tell me it's my culture, it's not your culture?
Yeah.
You can't tell. My thing is, you can't tell anyone what. It's an open world. You could go and learn anything you want to learn.
Here's the thing. I'm talking about. All right, let's get specific. The people who created this culture and passed it down to the people behind them. I'm talking about that. I could very well be a part of culture. That's why I feel like as someone who is a part of the diaspora, meaning that I came from Africa and I was displaced through slavery, I have rights to claim a culture through anything in that whole continent, because I don't know which one is mine. I have that right. I have that right. And what I'm saying to you is, because you weren't stolen, because you was one of the ones that got to stay, you don't get to tell me. You just don't have the right to tell me that I can't learn about it, I can't do it, and to even compare me to a whole nother ethnic group is disrespectful, because I don't care how genuine. Like people just love to people. That's just how I feel about it. That's let me finish. That's just how I feel about it. I feel like it's disrespect, because it's like you're putting me outside with the other ones, and no, I'm African. This is my culture that I'm learning. What you're saying is, it's like I don't care how much you appreciate it and you have such a good intention with it. You're taking on my culture and it's something I don't have, so I'm gonna feel away. I feel away about the Japanese and Wolof, because I don't know no Wolof. You feel me? And I could very well be.
But listen,
let me finish. Wait, one second.
Hold on. The whole thing with the Japanese thing, they went there and they decided to learn. You could do the same thing. You could get a passport and you could travel to
Here's the thing with culture, or like this is really getting into culture appropriation. For me, I don't care how big your heart is and how pure-hearted you are. You can appreciate without appropriating. Appreciating does not mean just because I appreciate your jacket, don't mean I'm gonna take it up and go get one and start wearing it. I can see it, I like it, I admire it, I respect it, move on. No, they have to adorn our things. They have to take it, and when you have something that I don't have and my people produce and it was stolen from me, and I see indigenous Africans out here giving it out to all other races and then come back and look at us like, oh yeah, you want to be on the wave? It's crazy because I see the white people in our clothes. I see them being anointed in Nigeria with the Yorubas, indoctrinating them into our shit with the Orishas and everything. How many people in my culture know about the Orishas? Not many. I had to go dig for that because I care about my culture. Nobody's gonna tell me what I can and cannot learn and what I can get into because it's not y'all right. And I am African, whether or not nobody want to accept it. I don't need your approval. I don't need your nationalism. I don't need nothing because it's in my blood. I am African.
And I feel like that segues into tracing your roots is so important, especially for us. You know what I'm saying? Like you could ask a white person off the street where you from, and they could trace you to that exact village in Caucasoid land, right? like wherever they're from. Like you could trace it back to that. You know what I'm saying? Like if it wasn't for my mom being from Trinidad, I would not know where. I still don't know where I'm, because Trinidad, we were brought there through slavery. So even before then, I don't know like where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Like same with my pops. Same with all of us, all black people here, unless you really take that AncestryDNA.com test. Right. It's up in here. You just jack whatever, you know what I'm saying? You jack wherever Massa put you. If Massa puts you in Georgia, I'm African American. If Massa puts you in Jamaica, I'm Jamaican. Y'all ran fast enough. So wherever y'all from, y'all Gucci. No, y'all won the race.
Sierra would really run the race. Like,
you feel me? And because like, you won the race, you don't get to disown me.
We need to trace that. And the quicker, that's why when Marcus Garvey say, yo, pump America, we going back to Africa?
Yo, bro. Everybody say, yeah.
But they assassinated him because they knew that black people, the strength in numbers that we can create to fight back is scary. So that's why they killed all the leaders. Marcus Garvey said, they said, we don't want you here, Negro. He said, cool, so we out of here, and they killed him. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they know that concept.
They didn't kill him.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they killed him. They killed Martin because they know, like they know the importance of origin, and I feel like we really have to understand the importance of origin. Because if we just go around saying I'm black, I'm black, I'm black, like us being black is only so big because none of us know where we're from. The quicker we get to know where we're from is the quicker we can really band together. Like, yeah, with the color of our skin, but we also belong over there, and y'all not taking that from us no more. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like y'all, even within Africa, there's division, there's schism, there's beef, there's tribes that are against other tribes, and all of that. So, with that being said, to say that, oh, let's just all get together and band together and just unite. It's not. Of course, y'all romanticizing it in a way because it's just like there's so many differences within the diaspora. Can we really achieve that? Is the question.
But we wouldn't.
Do you want us to achieve it?
No, it's an honest question. It's an honest question.
I'm not a part of your culture. Do you want us to achieve? Can you see? Because whether or not you want it, personally, I know I'm going back to where I want to go.
I feel like we should all respect our differences, but to say that, you know, kumbaya, let's just all, you know, it's just, I don't know.
But that's the issue because y'all want to respect it, but y'all don't want us to be together. And it's like white people, they don't care what type of white you are, they'll be in any group, but they'll still be white, and that's why they always gonna have that power. We don't have that because we always have this ideology that if you're not where I'm from, then you're not with me. There's always that separation.
And then you can't say that. It's funny because when we talk about black people coming together, we act like it's World War III. But if I tell you let's love everybody, yeah, bro, let's love everybody of every culture, of every race. But when I'm talking about us, getting back, going back where we came from. If I tell you, bro, oh yeah, some something about that's like maybe against interracial relationships or something around, bro, that's not right because you might miss out on this and love this. But when it's like, oh, let's come together as black people, it's like, well, we can't do all of that. Like, let's slow it down. I don't think you should come back and try to regain your culture and get financial power and do something with it. Slow down. Like, come on.
Go ahead.
It can happen, then let it be. But I'm just saying, like, in the world that we live in today, is it really just like can it really happen? Right. That's what I'm. I mean,
yes.
we
It's
not.
not a fairy tale, yo.
I mean,
Wait, just saying it.
Just because it may not happen in our lifetime doesn't mean we shouldn't work towards it.
Right.
Like racism.
Exactly. At the moment, we're not working towards it. Right now, we're on opposites. If you think about it, because we basically just had an argument about how we're on opposites, how we basically view each other different ways. So are we working towards it at this moment? Because neither sides are working towards it. The black side is kind of copying it. But are we getting that entrance to where, we would like y'all to start fucking with us. Like, we would like y'all to be on the same side. How can we fuck with us? Marry each other.
Let me speak. Yo, Fatu, let me speak.
I feel like, what's your name again?
Sydney.
Like what you're saying. Honestly, you could go get a passport, right? It's an open world. You get a passport, you get on a plane, and you travel the world and you see for yourself what everyone's talking about. That's literally my problem with like the whole black and African thing.
How many black people you know?
A lot of black people. Listen to me. If you want to go on a trip, you plan for it and you go on a trip. I just took a trip to Thailand. What business do I have going to Thailand? I wanted to explore their culture, and that's what I did. If you're really passionate about a country and you really want to learn about all these different cultures, you save your money and you go travel. How many black people can tell you they own a passport? Not a lot. A lot of them do not own
black people own passports.
Me taking that trip to Africa is not gonna make me feel like I fit in. That's just a trip for me to Africa. I could read that shit and I could feel more into Africa than me taking that trip.
But here's the problem though, because as we're talking, you keep separating us like I'm a different person from you because they stole me. Because you know why? Because you used the example.
Listen, I don't like the blaming game because I'm
not being technically trip. Wait, hold up. I'm not just wait, let me finish. No, let me finish.
Bro. It just goes back to me saying the whole blaming game, I think, because a lot of African Americans keep saying they stole this, they stole that, they stole this, they stole this. What are we doing to make it better? That's what I mean with the blaming thing. The whole Africans did this, whites did this. Like a lot of black people keep saying, Africans sold other Africans to slavery. That's the first thing. I had a whole conversation with a grown ass man. He's in his 70s. I was on a Greyhound station. He asked me, what are you? I said, I'm African. He was like, your people sold my people to slavery. That's the first thing he told me. And after that, I was like, this is why we're never gonna, there's never gonna be any progress because it's a blaming game that keeps happening. White people did this, white people did that. What are we doing to make it better? There's nothing. Black people always blame other people for everything else. We're put in a systematic oppression, and we never get out of the hood because we keep blaming other people for everything that keeps happening. We're granted education. You take that education, you make something out of it. You educate other people. You educate young black people who don't know anything, who are coming up, so that this whole cycle of this person did this to me, this person did that to me could stop. And that's why we're never gonna proceed or progress, because it just keeps getting blamed. And that's what I mean by it's not we're separating blacks and because black is a race. That's what ethnicity and race are two different things. That's my problem. Being black is a race. I'm black, that's my race. Being African is my ethnicity. I'm Senegalese, that's my nationality. My race is black, my ethnicity is African. It's two different things, and I feel like we keep getting that mixed up.
That's why I feel like we need to talk about Corey or Kareem? Which one?
I was saying, so I don't think anybody's wrong, because I see the points. I just think information is being misconstrued because we're answering questions differently. We're answering the questions incorrectly because we can agree with her, but that's not, for example, like that's not what she's asking for, and vice versa. But I think, and I'm gonna play the blaming game a little bit, but I'm not blaming the African Americans or the Africans. I'm gonna have to blame the whites. Like, and it's like this was like
she was saying that we do blame white people too much.
Wait, but let me say his point.
No, I just want to say that.
I heard that, but I feel like 500 years ago, like this was all a plan. Like how we're arguing now, they foreseen this. Like I think they knew this was gonna happen. They weren't gonna capture all the West Africans in the 1600s to come to Africa. They knew like that's the best disconnect. Like we're gonna take them here. They're, like maybe a million of them are gonna like die in the ocean. They're gonna get to wherever they're gonna get to, and that's it. Like there's no social media. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no technology. You can't reach or contact anyone when you're separated. So I think that was just a plan. The light skin, dark skin thing. That was a plan 200 years ago. And I think even America, probably like in the 20th century, you know, like black neighborhoods and stuff like that, Section 80, like that was all the plan. Like that was all like from the government, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like us having this conversation, the irony behind it is that there is someone to blame for it, and it's not us.
Wait, let me say something, bro. Get your thoughts together. Nah. I felt what you said. I'm sorry. What's your name? I felt what you said, but you had said something about you guys both had said it, like how we can't get out the hood. I don't know, like I think that's something that black people as a whole should stop saying, because I don't know where y'all been at, but I got friends that's getting full scholarships and they black. You feel me? Like we not still in that element where we can't get out the hood. We prospering. Come on, y'all. We can't just keep using that as, you know, something that we just say in front of people, and it's something that is a trend, because we're not doing that now. Like, look where we at. We having a whole discussion about planning how we about to grow the community. You feel me? We can't keep saying like we can't get out the hood, because we out the hood. Like that can't be an excuse anymore. So I just wanted to kind of touch on that, because y'all both have points out.
Can I say something real quick? But what about the people that are still stuck on that fact that they can't get out the hood? Because like, you know, we're here, we know that there's more opportunities, because it's obvious, we're in college, like, you know, we're doing something, we're talking on this thing, we're aware. But then when I go back home and I have my hood friends, they are not aware, no matter how much I try and like talk to them or try and like teach them. It's just the conditioning, and they're so stuck on that. And like, what about those people? Like, are they just
I want to answer that, because I feel like that question has to do with why you know, Africans being called what they were called back in the day. Because, and you know, like as I got older, I'm not saying like, you know, I forgive people for making certain comments, because you know it's still inexcusable, but you know there's still ignorance. Like there's still like ignorance with like lack of knowledge, and ignorance is another part of it, is like you know it but you still refuse to accept it. So I feel like people in the hood, like they're not aware, they're not, you know, knowledgeable enough. Like sometimes I don't want to, like, it's like we hold them responsible for a lot, but then again, there has to be like a time, even if it's like 0.1% like leeway, like it's okay because you don't know any better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just like, you know, what they was calling us, like I don't think they knew any better. Like I'm not trying to like, you know, make it sound good, because you know, but it's like nobody was jacking Africans. Like, and that was just like the you know, media obviously. So I just feel like as we got older, you know, like yes, it's a trend, and I agree with what she was saying earlier too. I do think for example, this whole dark skin thing, like I do think most of it is pity, in my opinion. Like I don't, like back then, like, you know, it's like you see someone and they're unattractive, the same person grows up and they're attractive now. To me, it's very like, I don't want to say it's 100% ingenuine, but there's definitely some BS behind that. Like
the oiled up picture.
That's why I was feeling what she was saying, but a lot of it has to do with like, you know, ignorance and for the, you know, for African.
So when I went to do you feel like the world is evolving?
I'm waiting for like 4 people.
I feel like a lot of.
Let me go. I'm waiting for like 4 people. I just want to go back to first what you said. I might like raise my voice, but I don't mean no disrespect. I'm just really passionate about like this type of topic, like especially with like in regards to me being African. It's like, and to go back to like the blaming thing, I'm not blaming, I'm holding accountable. I do see where you go, like, because there's a lot of people that was saying, like, yeah, white people this, that, white people that, and they're not doing nothing about it. But I personally have plans for economical advancement, for the whole transportation of black people, of what we want to do, and being progressive financially and socially in our own society. However, like, when we get to the point where we're saying that at one point it was it's trendy right now, right? But you also have to acknowledge the ignorance beforehand. So it's like, yeah, we're ignorant, but it's like now that we've come like to be more knowledgeable about situations, like y'all have to understand the ignorance that we had, and be able to be open armed for us to come back and get to our shit, so we could unite as one people and be a force.
Yeah, that was my question. That was about to be my question towards you. So
we just have to cross that bridge of like, yeah, we did fucked up shit to each other. As black people, we went off of the perceptions on TV. Yeah, you're in the jungle, you got nothing, blah, 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 all that stupid shit. Then you come, yeah, your perception, you're in the hood, you don't want nothing for yourself, you got nothing life, no culture. We have to put that on the table, discuss it, get over it, move on. Now we have to say, you're saying like, what are we gonna do now? Because we're blaming. I personally feel like, get your money right. I feel like there's no way that right now in this society that we can thrive in American society. I personally believe, like, I know you might feel like it's no real Marcus Garvey-esque. That is one of my, you feel me, ancestors. Shout out, you feel me? And I'm Jamaican. Get out my head. I want to go back. You feel me? I'm ready to be out. I'm ready to be out. A lot of reason that a lot of black Americans or so on and so forth, other black people in the diaspora aren't ready, is because of that very same perception that there was built that Africa just a big ass jungle. People see nice infrastructure in Africa and be like, oh my god, that's Africa?
Right.
Like what the did you think it was a tent? The whole Africa was just a whole one big yeah, so it's like we have to understand these differences, discuss it, and move forward. I don't like talking about, I'm not one of the black people that just want to talk about, how white people did this, white people did that, but then go back and go on that line for welfare every day, and like, not to downplay anybody that's on it, because like, we've been put in a position to where we now need that type of shit. But however, like, the people they're so stuck to the familiarity we have right now in America, and we're just aspiring to be a part of white society. We're not aspiring to have what they have. We're aspiring to be accepted. So as far as the blaming thing, I feel like yes, it's essential that we hold it accountable because of condition. We're able to overlook these sorts of issues. That's why I feel like we need to address it and act upon it. The last person has to go, and then we're gonna finish up. The time's up. So who wants to end it off? Is it?
Stay black, stay proud.
Right. Too black.
No such thing as too black.
I just want to thank everybody on the panel for coming out. I appreciate y'all. Hope you enjoyed the first episode and stay tuned for episode 2.